Hi there, welcome back to Stillwater's ASMR. Today's video is going to be, I could call it a subscriber unboxing video, like a subscriber gift unboxing video, because the person who sent this to me is a subscriber. But it's actually a gift from a very dear friend. They sent me over a package. Most of the contents were for my daughter, which I don't take offence to. And the items inside were just so fantastic. I wanted to share them with you guys. And so I have actually already opened everything, so it's not really an unboxing at all. It's more, I guess, more of a show and tell, really. And so I was just going to share the really awesome items that I received with you guys, because I just think they're really cool. So the first item is for me, and like the delight I had once I saw this. So it's a nice big comfy black t-shirt, the kind that I wear around the croft, and there's a box that says adopt a cat. And hang on, let me get it like spread out and then I'll just pull it down so you can see the cats in this box available for adoption. Isn't that fantastic? Aren't they so cute? Who wants to adopt a cat? See little hands. Just adorably cute. Adopt a cat. I mean, isn't that just wonderful right there? So yeah, this is for me. I absolutely love it. And then we have the rest of the package was all for my daughter. So the first item, see, American, this is a parcel from America. American sizes for kids' clothing are just so weird. But I think this is like a small child. And it's like a little warrior. It's just a little, kind of a plain white t-shirt with Little Warrior. And I think this is the brand, like I think it's called like Fat Pony or something like that. This little fat pony is taking its tongue out. Looks like a Shetland pony. And kind of a little Viking warrior. So yeah, that's super cute for when my daughter gets a bit older. I'm quite happy having clothing that's like too big for her, because I can put that aside. I've got like somewhere where I store clothes that are, for her to still to grow into. So that is fab. Now this next outfit I'm hoping she'll be able to wear to the Shetland Pride Parade this next year. So we have these fantastic leggings that have got hearts on them that are all like metallic rainbow effect. So they look absolutely gorgeous. And to go with them, we have got a t-shirt. Trans rights are human rights, with the trans flag colours in blue and pink. So I have a very dear friend who is trans, and I also have a good friend of mine's child, I believe. I think they identify as non-binary. And I was raised in quite a bigoted religious environment, and since I've been out into the world and met people and made friends with people and fallen in love with them in a purely platonic way, but like just meeting people who are just wonderful people, and my worldview has changed considerably, and I have learned more about different groups of peoples and the struggles that they face. And while I may never be able to understand them myself, I'm able to have compassion for them and to Like, for example, the trans community is one of the most vulnerable in the world in terms of the challenges they face, and they're frequently demonised and by people who don't understand. And then, as you know, they're also the most at risk of like violent attacks, which is really heartbreaking when you know people who are trans and the thought of something happening to them is horrible. So, a bit of a solemn topic, but my daughter will be raised to know that everyone is precious and everyone has value, and it's about the character of a person that determines anything more than their orientation or how they identify or the colour of their skin or whatever like that. So while my parents are maybe horrified at me taking my daughter to the Pride Parade, it's something that was really important to me. And I want to make that clear on this channel that while everyone's welcome, and I don't typically want to cover lots of really controversial topics because it's supposed to be a place where you can relax and find sort of calm and peace away from the drama of the world. So I don't really want to talk about lots of really heavy topics. At the same time, I'm flying my colours proudly, and showing my allegiance, so to speak. And I'm always learning and trying to keep an open mind. So we then have a bunch of books for my daughter as well. Now these are fantastic books. I really like this one. This is Will Ladybug Hug? And this is a fantastic book about body autonomy. So Ladybug loves to give hugs. She hugs to say hello and she hugs to say goodbye. But will her friends let Ladybug hug? And it talks about, will her different friends let her hug? And some of them are like, yep, this one, Crocodile's happy with a side hug. That's what Crocodile's comfortable with. Bear gives a bear hug. But sheep is not comfortable with a hug, and that's okay. And that's a really important lesson. Not everyone's comfortable with physical touch. And with my daughter, while I'm encouraging her to give family members hugs and kisses and things, it's always her choice. I'll encourage her to oh, can you go say goodbye to everybody? And she'll go around and give everyone a hug and a kiss. But if she goes, no, it's alright then, sorry, you're not getting a hug and a kiss. And that's important to me, that she's, that we check in with her and make sure that she's in the same vein. If she's trying to give somebody a hug and a kiss and they're not wanting one, it's it's okay, they don't have to have one. Frog has a jumping hug, and Giraffe has a flying hug. And then they do a big group hug, but sheep chooses not to be involved. But sheep instead is okay with a high five. So it's kind of and then Ladybug goes away on her journey, goes away on holiday. And I just really love that because it's so important messages about, all about consent. And there's also apparently a book about sharing and sleep, which would be interesting. We then have got a series of 3 books. We Are Little Feminists is a series, and they're really cool. This one here is Stonewall Book Award recipient. So let's have a look through. So this one here is all about mobility, disabilities and stuff. It's talking about, I'm here and I want to go there. You can jump and hike and climb and bike, and it's great because my daughter, the simple truth of the matter is my daughter is going to grow up in a predominantly white community. I'm not aware of any there's not many people with like physical, visible disabilities. There's a fair few kids with autism, but there's none with like artificial limbs or in wheelchairs that are like in her age group. There's not many people in this community that are like that. Most people are white, from like cis heterosexual relationships. So it's really nice for these books for my daughter to see a different assortment of people that do exist in the world that she will come into contact with at some point in the future. But for her to see them in a perfectly normal setting, and people using walkers and wheelchairs and with artificial legs and crutches and all sorts of things. So yeah, I thought that was quite good for her too. So this is all looking at ability and ability. That's what that one's about. Now this one is all about hair, and opening up good conversations about hair. Where does it grow? What does it look like? Curly and straight. Some people don't have any. We had a little chat about that when we were looking at this book last night. You can wear it in different styles. The fact that some people choose to cover their hair entirely. My daughter really loved this picture. I think she really liked this kid's hair. This picture, like she was really drawn to this one here. It was really sweet. And there's not many people that she knows that will have beautiful hair like this. So it's good for her to have that exposure to see and be able to talk about the different hairstyles that people have. And when she gets older, we'll have conversations about body hair and how she wants to tackle that and all that kind of stuff. So, and then here is one about families, and this book is fantastic because it just shows a whole bunch of different types of families and different groups of people, and it includes gay parents and but also siblings and grandparents and that sort of thing. So yeah, it's this picture here especially got me thinking, because it was like, my gut reaction was, oh gosh, how do I explain this to my daughter? How do I explain somebody born with the equipment to grow a child could be a man? And I'm sitting thinking, how do I explain that to my daughter and all that, And then I realised she's 2. I don't have to go into that level of detail. I don't have to be like getting into big detail depths of biology with her because she's 2. And kids are amazing at just like accepting stuff. You just keep it simple and but factual and accurate at the same time. We're using the correct terminology for her for things, and yeah, it's just kind of, it's being aware of when I see something I think, oh gosh, how am I supposed to explain that? And you realise actually kids are really simple. Nothing has to be dramatic. She didn't bat an eye looking through these pictures of like, because she's probably so young, she doesn't understand that these kids have maybe got 2 mummies or 2 daddies and stuff, and in time we'll explain that and it'll be no big deal. It's not really that much different to like her older siblings have got 2 mums and 2 dads, because they've got mum and dad and stepmom and stepdad. So it's kind of like, families can be odd shapes and sizes, and that's okay. A lot of people probably find it really weird that she loves my husband's ex-wife so much. Like, my daughter will want to speak to my husband's ex-wife, There was one day he came into the living room and she's having a video chat. And it's, yeah. It's, yeah, the ideas and opinions I was brought up with have changed significantly to where I am now, and I'm aware that there may well be opinions and ideas that I hold now that will likely progress and change in the future, and I might discover things that ideas and things that I don't like, and I might revise them. But this is a quick video. I just want to share these really awesome things with you and just have a little chat. I said I'm aware that not all my viewers will hold the same views as me, and I'm okay with that. But I personally was delighted with these things. I think it's really brilliant to have resources to share with our children, to broaden their minds, to allow them to understand that different people live differently, and that that's okay, and you know, to open their minds to the wider world than what they'll immediately encounter. And the same way I'll show her like books that have giraffes in them and stuff. She doesn't get to see a giraffe around where we live, so let her know they exist too. You know, it's yeah, kind of trying to broaden her horizons, and yeah, I just thought I'd share this awesome bundle of gifts with you guys, and just make it clear that this channel is for everyone, and that I try to always be inclusive, and that I love you all, and I hope that you are all doing well and keeping well, and yeah, just generally, you guys take care, and I will see you in a video sometime soon.